Benji Cole, son of Al Cole from CBS Radio and host of the syndicated talk show, People of Distinction. A talk that gives you an in-depth view of some of the most dynamic, intelligent, and successful people on the planet. Run to our website, alcoleenterprises.com for more info. Email me through benji@alcoleenterprises.com if you'd like to get involved with what we have going. And as always, please continue to like and follow our broadcasts. People of Distinction is internationally syndicated solely due to the love and support that you all continue to give. We're available across all major distributors, and as long as you keep following, we're going to continue to put out the content. Now sit back and strap in, because on the line with us today, we have the impressive Patti Pavolko. And we're going to be discussing her incredible children's book, While Their Parents Were Sleeping. It's Amazon, it's Barnes & Noble, man, it's a lot of other places. But if you want to gather everything that Patti has in store, do yourself a favor and head directly to her personal website. That's pavolkostories.com. There, gather more information on her, on this book. But get this, man, Patti's been putting in some work, okay? And this is not the only book that is available. See, there's a sequel to While Their Parents Were Sleeping. That one carries the subtitle, The Adventures Continue, as well as 2 other books still in creation, but will be released very shortly. You're going to want to check back in frequently. Stay on top of everything that she has in store. And by the time we've concluded today, you're going to understand why you need to do that. Again, that's pavolkostories.com. And I quickly want to take this opportunity and point out the fact that Patti was brought to us by Citi of Books. So for my writers out there who are listening in right now, who have gone through their process and now you find yourself in a tight place. You find yourself in a precarious position because now you need assistance moving the book you just developed. Well, head on over to citiofbooks.com and gather all of the ways that their fantastic team is more than equipped to help you do just that. And listen, it is an absolute pleasure to have Patti here on the line. Man, okay, for my parents out there, listen up and listen well, okay? What if the reason your kids fight sleep, it isn't defiance like we all feel, because I definitely feel it. Like, man, they fight me every day, my kids. I swear, we go 12 rounds every night for bedtime. But what if it was actually a deep desire for connection? Now, that's an interesting perspective to take, but it gets to the heart of today's conversation. We are thrilled to have Patti here because her book, While Their Parents Were Sleeping, it's a book that reframes bedtime struggles as a gateway to intergenerational magic. Now, we're going to explore how a grandmother's empathy creates a world where a child's fear of missing out transforms into a night of wonder. Get ready. Your children are going to love this adventure, and you, as their parents, are probably going to find it easier than ever to put them to bed. But also, maybe we'll speak to that inner child within you as well and take you back down memory lane because, you know, we were all there at one point. Sit back, strap in, man. Let's get ready. Patti, first and foremost, welcome to the network, and thank you very much for being with us. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you for having me, Benji.
Patti, it's a pleasure. I love what you're doing here. And listen, selfishly, as a parent myself, my goodness, when the opportunity presented itself, we jumped at it, meaning myself and my team. But I, more importantly, was looking at it like, man, I wonder if there's going to be some tips that I'm able to take from this. Because, it's not every day, Patti. That's a little dramatic. I feel like as my children get older, they don't want to sleep. They want to get up. They want to play. They want to feel like they're getting involved in everything and not missing out. So I understand how beneficial this book is going to be. Let's start off first and foremost. Patti, tell us a little bit more about yourself and your background.
I grew up in a small town called McCain that was between Edinburgh and Erie, Pennsylvania. I used to walk a mile down the road with a quart jar to get milk from my mom at the neighbor's dairy farm. I loved picking blackberries in my grandfather's orchard that was behind our house. I played with the neighbor kids, and we would catch, we called them pollywogs, now everybody calls them tadpoles, and fireflies at night. And when I wrote my book, I tried to bring those things into my book to share what country life was like back then. Mm-hmm. I went to high school at General McLean High School. I graduated in 78. I went to Edinburgh State College. It was the Edinburgh State Teachers College instead of Penn West University, as it's called now. I began teaching in 82. I taught 7th, 8th, and 9th grade learning support at Conneaut Lake High School. Then I went to Springfield Elementary, where I got to teach elementary ed, which is where I wanted to be. And I taught there for 33 years. During that time, my husband and I had 2 children, Leslie and Paul. Paul has 2 children, Haylen and Kinley, and a stepson, Wesson. And they are characters in the book. I've written about my grandchildren. So I didn't start writing until after I was retired. Kinley did not want to go to sleep. It was a fight. And I thought, well, I'm going to write her a story, and maybe it'll help her. So I wrote the first story, and my friend Tanya, who was also a teacher, she read it, and she said, you need to continue writing because I think it's good. So I wrote 5 more stories, and that's how I ended up with a book.
Love that. Listen, I have a lot of questions that I want to jump into, but let's just logically move to the next step and learn a little bit more about this fantastic book. So please, Patti, without giving too much away, give us a brief synopsis of While Their Parents Were Sleeping.
Kinley doesn't like to go to sleep. We have a special saying that we say since she was 2 years old. It calmed her down. So I told her to say her special saying and wait for Grammy and wait for something magical to happen. And I would appear in our blue 4-wheeler, and we would go on adventures at night. We met 2 wood sprites, and we caught fireflies with them. We met a frog named Felicity. We talked about tadpoles with her. We went to Blackberry Bear, and we made a deal with him about blackberries and honey. We met Bob and Bill. Bob and Bill were the wood sprites, and they were named after my dad, Bob, and my Uncle Bill. And then we meet 2 squirrels, George and Duncan, and we'd make a deal with them about walnuts, and George was my father-in-law. Every morning there's something left from our adventure on the kitchen table, and Mommy and Daddy want to know what's going on. So in the last chapter, Mommy and Daddy go with us through the woods, and we show them where we've been and what we've done.
People, I'm telling you, man, I'm going to say it again. It's Amazon, it's Barnes & Noble, it's PavolkoStories.com. Head on over, purchase your copies of While Their Parents Were Sleeping today, and also be on the lookout because there's a lot more. And this is what you're going to want to add to your shelf. Patti, you've mentioned before the wide range of eclectic characters and personalities that we meet along the way. Curiosity, while you were writing them up and really imagining them, which character was maybe the most fun to dream up?
I think Blackberry Bear, because I liked picking blackberries when I was a child, but also because recently I was picking blackberries in our woods, and there was a bear back there.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Listen, as we start to close out, my final question here with this, because I do want to give you an opportunity to quickly go into another one of your books. Throughout this writing process, so we know which character was the most fun to write, what was a highlight for you in developing the story and creating it and bringing it into fruition?
Having that copy in my hand and giving it to the grandchildren.
Yeah.
That was like the most, they were so excited. Their mom drew all the illustrations in the book. They felt a part of it. And I went into their schools and I read stories from the book to their classrooms. And they just thought that was really exciting.
Well, listen, my final question here with regards to this, if you had the opportunity to step into the world of the book that you've created and you can experience any one of the pages, which would you like to enjoy firsthand and why?
I would like to be on the Sparkling Gemstone Path and be able to ride a unicorn because girls, Haylen and Kinley, love unicorns. They're so excited about them, and I think it would be neat to be able to ride unicorns with them.
Yeah. Listen, I'm right there with you. You know, it's interesting. My daughter is also fascinated with unicorns right now. And my background is in filmmaking. So I can't tell you how many little short films I've created for her just with unicorns, right? I mean, it's just like every other day. Hey, Daddy, let's go. Let's see the unicorn. Let's develop. It's like, oh my goodness. Okay. She's adding on a lot of work, but to see the smile on her face, it makes it all worth it. And it's something that I love. Patti, I mentioned I want to give you an opportunity to go into another one of your titles. really dealer's choice here. You know them better than anyone else. We, of course, have the sequel to While Their Parents Were Sleeping, but you have your 2 other books that are still in creation, getting ready to be released as well. Choose one of those titles, give us a brief synopsis so we know what to expect when we head on over and purchase it.
Haylen's Dinosaur Adventures is almost ready to go to the publisher. Mommy is still working on the illustrations, as well as Kinley. Kinley is doing some of the illustrations in that book for me. She is an artist just like Mommy. Mm-hmm. And we find a tunnel in our woods, and all of a sudden we're in dinosaur land. And we meet a brontosaurus, a triceratops, a stegosaurus, a pterodactyl, and a T-Rex. And we play with all of them except for the T-Rex, which is Grandpa's job to save us from him.
I started off by saying wonderful adventures your children are going to love, but I also mentioned that for my parents out there, or not even just parents, for my adults out there, it may just speak to that inner child within you. And I really do mean it, man. Like, just listening to her speak, my imagination is going crazy. Like, I'm thinking of these worlds, I'm understanding where it is, and I'm wanting to adventure alongside them. And I know so many of you are as well. And listen, I'm just gonna say it, okay? I'm officially adopting Grammy as my life mentor, okay? Who says adventure has to have an age limit, right? I mean, come on, people. Let's get back to it, all right? Nah, joking aside, man. A huge thanks to Patti, and I'm gonna say it one more time for all of you just to make sure you got it. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, PavolkoStories.com. This book is the anchor. It's where you want to start, but check out the sequel as well. While Their Parents Were Sleeping, the adventures continue, as well as the 2 others set to be released. These are going to be fantastic journeys that you're going to want to embark upon with your children, and you're not going to be able to put them down, man. You guys are going to have some great times, and it may just make bedtime a little bit easier to go through. Patti, this has been a huge honor. It's such a delight and a wonderful conversation. I really do mean that. Thank you once again for being a guest on People of Distinction.
Thank you.